Alright, we got that. And we'll just watch this on, like, ×2 speed. While I enjoy my breakfast. Because I'm really curious, because I'm going to tell you right now, Vitality lose, and they lose 1-3. Hello, Snack fan. Alright, guys. We'll even do ×4 in the Dark Age. So, we're just catching up with this wreck that we haven't seen. I know the result, but I'm very curious as to how it got there. Well, I guess I don't know the exact results of the games. Anyway, MBL's gonna be here in the red as the Bengalis on the flank on Tres Leches. Mihai and the Yellow Italians in the front pocket. That sounds dirty. And Sato in the purple as the Magyars here on the east flank. Their opponents will be the heavy favorites for the tournament. Art in the green as the Koreans here in the front pocket. Leary in the cyan as the Japanese on the left flank. And Hera in the blue as the Hindustanis here to the southeast. So, right off the bat, it is a militia for Mihai. But he's going after one of the flank pockets. Everybody know for Vitality in Feudal Age. LY Tato Viper Vinci? Yeah, I think that's fair. Well, Leary's just opening galleys. Same with MBL. Well, MBL opening with ships, more or less. The Toad just fishing. Hera just with one Hulk. Heart switching into double range. I mean, it's the exact same thing that Mihai is doing. Mihai just opened with a Drush first. Heart is one Vill ahead. I guess it's basically even. Neither have any fishing ships here, so it's interesting that you have Italians, but you don't play them with any fishing ships. Yeah, I know the results of the set, but I don't know how the individual games went, and I'm really curious. Anyway, just your basic scouts plus archers combo. Sato, though. Sato says, Magyars? Since when have they been a scout rush civ? Anyway, Leary and MBL. Well, Leary seems like he has a bit of an advantage here. Still, they see the timing advantage here. Does Hera and Heart. But is it going to be enough to deal with the storm? Of the Magyar Hussars. Well, Heart's at least defending himself for now. MBL clicks up. Hera's not too far gone. Of course, he does have some fishing ships as well. He's Hindustanis. He was making scouts. He could still get a good uptime. Leary seems to have won water, so Leary can play the I have one water theme. Still, reinforcements from Mihai doing work. Also, I love how Tag literally has no Taiwanese players on it. Anyway, Hera simply not prepared here. He's got 4 camels. He's trying to mask them up, but I mean, it's literally 2v1. Hera simply is unable to hold, and Hera, honestly, not the best coordination there between Heart and Hera. And they simply got overwhelmed, and Hera did not prepare well enough to defend against this. He had a market. He didn't invest into a second watchtower. That's kind of on Hera. Mayar Hussar. Is that more accurate? Anyway, random Hulk over here still being a bit annoying. But, I mean, Tag have a... Oh my god. Honestly, Hera and Leary are kind of, like, extremely underplaying. Like, come on. Either they were not warmed up, or they thought this match would be a walk in the park. Neither of which is the case. Gotta be careful of those Hindustani scouts, but, I mean... Again, Team Tag, they're playing well. They're playing like a good competitive team, and they would be, you know, strong and competitive, I think, against everybody. Yeah, I mean, Sato's overrunning absolutely everybody. 51 villager kills from Sato. Hera and Leary losing a ton. APM do players need? Literally all of it. Okay, not bad damage there for Hera. MBL's adding in a 4th TC, though. And again, like... It really feels like, again, one of two things. Either these guys are not warmed up, or they are severely underestimating their opponents. Anyway, MBL stuck right back with his Navy. Of course, Leary getting so much of his eco destroyed is going to be taking some heavy losses. And yeah, that guy's was pretty darn decisive. Wow. I mean, yeah. I mean, the phosphorus stuff was cute, but... I mean, that was as straightforward... Vitality just got outplayed. And worse strategy, worse execution, and worse teamwork. Alright, let's see what game number 2 has in store for us. Again, the live matches will start in a half hour. So, I wanted to catch up on these matches before the matches start. No, Dash just wants my oatmeal bowl. Although his wrath can be forestalled by pets. Anyway, Heart Blue Burmese on the flank, Leary Green Portuguese in the pocket, and Hera the Cyan Franks in the Omega pocket. Meanwhile, Sora, going to be joining the party for MBL, is going to be the Red Slavs here on the flank, Vihai, the Yellow Ethiopians in the pocket, and Sito in the purple as the Jurchens in the Omega pocket. Alright, breakfast has been consumed. And I spilled some oatmeal on my keyboard. Like a buffoon. That's why we always have a paper towel on hand. Anyway, no TC drops or anything like that. Blobs are... What was I saying? Oh yeah, Slavs are kind of an interesting choice. They do have a very good Dark Age eco. Burmese as well. I mean, I guess you have a good monk play. Anyway, this isn't really doing all that much. Blue is on his way up to the Feudal Age. I imagine we're just going to see some Arabia-style stuff here from the Pocket and Super... Oh, no. The Toe says, I only go FCUU. Hera's going Scouts. Yeah, I do love that team bonus. Great one. Is APM measured? That's a great question, and I would assume real life minutes. Based off of the numbers, I would assume it's real life minutes. Also, AoE 2 measures APM differently than StarCraft. The StarCraft APM numbers are a lot higher because they only measure every single click or anything you do, whereas in AoE 2 it's only an effective action. And no, he's on stone. It's going to be for Iron Pagodas, I think. Anyway, Castle Age coming in here for Heart, so really not taking much damage. He's still getting a very good Castle Age time. Also, Iron Pagodas are really hard to go for. Yeah, we're watching on ×2 speed. These matches happened 2 days ago, I think? Yeah, this Drush just does not have... has not done enough. UPM, it's all about that accuracy, though. Anyway, Siege, double Monastery coming in. Vitality look like they're in the driver's seat, though. Hera's going to be in Castle Age in just a moment. The Iron Pagodas are better than the Knights, as you would expect from a unique unit produced from the castle. 29... I guess Hera's only on 26 Vils. They did lose 4, so Sword did get some value. Still, this is going to be a big issue. Red just doesn't have anything. And Heart's pushing here real fast. Leary's going to click up in a moment. Yellow's already on his way up. Leary seems to have a bit of a better economy, though. Defensive Watchtower's in, but this is going to be really tough with those monks here. I'm not actually sure how you're supposed to... I mean, that's just going to be forced deletion right there. I don't think you can counterattack effectively. I mean, they're trying. Yeah, we got another couple sets today. But, yeah, despite... I mean, Heart being in this forward position is honestly playing really well. Because this push is just not getting stopped. But, oh, no, it's all very well done. Just absorb the early pressure, no problem. Hera and Leary clean all that stuff up. This does look like Vitality's game, for sure. Now you got Leary in Castle Age. Leary's got 33 archers. Tato is trying to raid with his Iron Pagodas. I mean, they are very good units. I love me some Iron Pagodas. Although I think they're a little confused as if they want to be like an archer unit or an anti-melee unit, because they've got the anti-melee special ability, but they have low melee armor and high pierce armor. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that is simply too many mangonels to micro against, even if they're somebody as good as Mihai is at micro. Tag do have a slight Vil lead, but they have Sora stuck in Feudal Age, who literally cannot contribute anything useful. Again, Sato doesn't have a good eco behind this at all. Hera's actually ahead in Vills again. Over double the RB value, the Mangonels are just not stopping. They're too dangerous to be left alive.
Okay.
Even with all those towers, there is a very real limit to how much can be done here. And you can raid and counterattack as much as you want to, but Hera and Leary are still doing okay in the villager count, and they have a huge army lead. Chain Barding Armor coming in, Ring here for Leary. Yeah, I mean, it would take getting a 5-for-0 right there from Mihai, I think, to really stand much of a chance. For the hits. Yep, that's basically their design. I still think it's a little muddled, though. Also, like, there's supposed to be, like, the super heavy armored cavalry, right? But they have a fast movement speed. Anyway, another TC coming in. Now, the Mangoes slow this game down, right? The Mango Micro just means that there's a lot of missed damage. But Heart's Mangonel control here is very good. I mean, Iron Pagodas are good here. It's just a matter of production, and it's not an advantage at all for Sato. Land it all? Yep. Like this. Oh, geez, Leary's on his way up to Imp. Holy cow. Yeah, this game's over. Oh! Still, I think the MVP of this game was Heart. Heart absolutely lit up the front line here. Getting to Castle Age at such a good time despite the drush and being on the very front of the base. Good stuff, good stuff. Anyway, Vitality does tie this up at 1-1. So, thus far, we've had a bop in game 1, and then in game number 2, Vitality just kind of outplaying with more standard meta play, which is kind of what we'd expect. So let's see what game number 3 has in store for us. Let's do ×4 speed here in the Dark Age. We are on Hape O Storms, my favorite Irish representing map. We'll have Mihai here in the red as the Dravidians on the flank, Sato in the yellow as the Romans in the pocket, and MBL in the purple as the Wu on the north flank. So MBL subbing back in for Sorakuma. Meanwhile, we'll have Leary in the blue as the Armenians on the flank, Hera as the green Mongols in the pocket, and Heart in the cyan as the Malians on the north flank. Yeah, I mean, I saw the score as well, and I was just very interested to see how those games panned out. So much easier, yep. It even works for Hindustanis because they have the sort of knight, but not really knight replacement with their camels. Alright. Bump it down to ×2. What? What? Homie, what are you doing? This man doesn't care. Alright, well, defensive tower coming in too. The Ghulam on a horse. That's true. Meanwhile, south side, nothing too impactful. It looks like Leary is going to be going for some water-oriented play. Mihai's on 2 docks, but is only making 1 single galley. I imagine the pockets are both going scouts. That does appear to be the case. Hera's really behind in fish numbers compared to Sato, however. And I mean, Mihai, here with the men-at-arms, you gotta respect the acacia trees. Oh, dear. Okay, nice fight here. Yeah, great fight there from Hera. We'll clean everything up. Wait, hold on. Hera, how much did Hera lose? Hold on. Slow the boat. Oh my god, MBL got 6. Okay, so not so nice cleanup from Hera. I mean, eventually he got it, but... Holy cow. Okay, they did not anticipate the Men-at-Arms stuff here. Cheek the right. Yep, this sure is a cheek, all right. Yeah, 3 eco kills on these swordsman units as... Yeah. Harris, yeah. Again, I can't tell if this is exactly a matter of them not being in the zone, if you want to call it that, or I guess you could say, are they not focused, or they're not respecting their opponents? But yeah, right now, everything here at their bases is a complete mess. Now, Hart, honestly, Hart feels like the one who is the most focused on this team. Play team games for fun? Yeah, maybe. But you'd still think that their coordination and communication would be on a bit of a higher level. Like, as soon as the swordsman passed through here, Hart should be yelling at his teammates, holy crap, there's a bunch of enemy dudes nearby, and then, you know, Lyria and Hera would defend appropriately. Anyway, well, practice? Yeah, that's true. Vitality's still catching back up in the Vil counts. 8 fishing ship 3-0, 6-5-8. So the fishing ship numbers are actually still pretty good, indicating that Lyri is doing relatively well on the water. Yeah, 4 kills, 2 deaths for Lyri. I guess they're just still fish booming more. Castle H here for Hart, so he is somewhat recovering. Lyri has plenty of navy. Castle H here for Sito. Castle H for Hera. Hera is really rebounding with the strength of these fishing ships, so Vitality are fighting back, for sure. As a friendly reminder, I have bronchitis. I went to the acute care center right when they opened, so I'd be here in time for the stream, but that's also why we're having to watch this on ×2 speed. Acute bronchitis and tonsillitis. Alright. The green? No. Well, still applying more pressure here at Chateau MBL. I mean, yeah, that's some good damage here from Vitality. They are now taking a big eco lead. Get off the back of the fishing ships. That is huge. This is a thing that's happening. Lyri in a very precarious spot. Are the same 2 colors? Yeah, that's true. Oh, to be fair, Hera lives in Argentina, so technically they're only on 2 continents right now. Reviling and Vitality's calamity. Excellent word choice. Less true since MBL. Yeah, but the thing is, MBL's fun. Non-moving hills? It's supposed to represent waves. You have to use your imagination. Anyway, another big counterattack here. You know, it's funny, like, MBL is the, you know, the heel of AoE 2, as we say, and yet he's the only member of former AM, well, I guess Nikov as well, that actually treats, you know, has always treated me with respect. I think it's here so you can build a dock and go for water trade in the late game. There's nothing actually on it. Anyway, now everything is, like, completely fallen apart. They were trying to get some good counterattack damage done, but, I mean, it's just... They didn't get their own house in order. They were not well defended at home, and they just seemed completely off guard. I mean, the fishing ships help, but, I mean, Lear's on 17 actual villagers. 38 villagers here for Hera. It's not good. Hera's making camels and light cav. And Mihai continuing this push over here. Sato has to be on a pretty good eco. Actually, Mihai's also on a pretty solid eco. Without any fishing ships. MBL forward with a stable now for some hay, Guancav. Not respecting beef to rest. Oh boy. Well, I can't beat Hera at AoE 2, but I might be able to beat him in a fist fight. To be honest, I think we'd both be pretty pathetic. Hera's still trying to do some raiding here. Man, look at this. GG called. I mean, that game was certainly had some back and forth aspects to it, but clearly there is an issue in lack of communication and lack of adaptability. In both the first game and this game, you have Tag, you know, attempt something, and then Vitality being like, huh? It's pretty odd. You could certainly make the argument that Leary overinvested into water, but I think that's okay if Hera and Hart do everything they can to protect him. But obviously they couldn't even protect themselves, and they just completely fell off. Yes, it's a play all four format. Anyway, we have around 10 minutes before the start of the next series. And hello and good morning, everybody. Let's see game 4. Oh, it's the Menindee. Yes, it does. The hills still work like hills. All right, so up 2-1. Definitely outperforming people's expectations so far. We'll have Sorakuma here once again in that complete messmaker role here as the Aztecs. Sato is going to be the purple Burgundians. And Mihai here in the back is the yellow shoe. Meanwhile, Hart, again in that degenerate role, will be the blue Berbers. Do have a bit of an advantage in the Vil fight thanks to the extra movement speed, but it's only 5%. Commonly see Berbers and Aztecs here, though, as well. Leary's going to be the Cyan Khmer. And Hera, the green Saharacens. Oh yeah, Majorian is very good. That second scenario was a little too confusing for me. My peanut brain had difficulty comprehending it. Anyway, 18 Vils here for both red and blue, so that Vil fighting shenaniganry is all the same. Aztecs for Vil fighting? It's more the fact that Aztecs have a good transition out of the Vil fighting. They have good farming. You can go into the faster producing military units and then can just follow it up with as a good aggressive civ. You don't need a huge eco to make stuff happen with Aztecs. Yeah, I mean, you do get the gold as well. Oh, archers are here as well. Where are the units from Leary and Hera? So there's a few scouts coming out for Leary. He's on his way up to Castle Age, though. Hera is fish booming? Yeah, Sora's doing just fine here. He's got plenty of time, and the follow-up from Mihai from the pocket is certainly quite good. Now, Hera's eco is going to be really sick. 37 vills for him. I mean, to be fair, Sato's also on a fair few. So yeah, I guess each team has one player fish booming. The difference is that Leary, it went FC, and Mihai went for archers. Can you collab with Emergent Garden? What? Become butter? Yes, it does. Anyway, Hart and Sora still have the same bill count, so it's not like Hart's in that egregious a position. And now we should have, with some knights and maybe some scorpions, Leary poised to go for a counterattack. Ornlu with less weirdness? What is that? I have never heard of this individual. No, I think you can only do easy, medium, hard. Anyway, everybody on their way up to the next stage here for Team Tag. But now, is he TC dropping? I guess. I feel like that isn't very good, though. I feel like Hart would be better off just getting up to Feudal Age. I guess he's using the Vills for their punching power. Yeah, I mean, here it is. But, like, Hart was fine. I guess he had a bad eco KD, but he didn't have that much idle TC time. Anyway, Sora's gonna be up to Castle Age here. Or, I'm sorry, Sato's gonna be on his way up to Castle Age. And why don't you say hi? Thank you for continuing the gifted sub. I really don't understand this at all from Hart. And this is a huge downside that, honestly, Mihai did a great job of instantly exploiting. Got a couple knights coming in here from Sato. Okay, this felt like it was horribly thought through. I don't know if this was Hart's idea or if it was one of the other guys' ideas. But yeah, basically deleting the TC just opened this up to getting raided. Hera's going straight to Mamelukes. Huh? So weird. Well, Hera's lost a fair amount of eco, and now the Cavalier are here, and obviously Hart's super dead. Yeah, Sora should just be going monks here for sure. Convert the Mamelukes, convert the Knights, convert Siege. Yeah, this game's over. Huh. Really weird. Hera 9 kills and 3 deaths. Barely did anything this game. Leary tried to make stuff happen, but was basically 1v2.5. And then Mihai and Sato played well. Sora did great in the Vil fighting. Bizarre stuff, but Tag get the 3-1 win. And remember, only the top 4 make it out of group stage. And next we have Vitality playing LY, so it is not at all inconceivable that Vitality start 0-2. And that ain't great. So we will have to see how they perform going forward, but we do have our live sets about to beginning. About team games? Yep. And AM were extremely good in team games. For sure. It's not like they were only 1v1 players, like they had as good a record in team. I mean, it was much more contentious in team games than in 1v1s, but it was still, you know, they were the best alongside Gamer Legion Secret Tyrant. The secret of gamer tyrants. One BOA, though? There were 3 BOAs. GL/Tyrant/Secret won 2 of them, and AM won 1 of them, I think? Tempo Storm, for sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and check this out. Oh, okay, these are Rex as well. So this will be the second set for Wonders. Got top before Harry got top? Yeah. I think that's correct. Won 2 BOAs? Were there 4 BOAs? I thought it was 2. The Secret of Gamer Tyrants won 2. Oh, my bad. I don't like you. Dash. What is it? He thinks he hears something. Alright, well, I don't really have time to get into the drafts here. Hold on. I need to see if Daniela got into the game. Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness, Daniela's almost 2 minutes into the game. We'll catch up. All right, welcome everybody to our first second round set of the tournament. Remember, every round, each team will have a bye, so to say. And the first round bye was Sol's. So this is their first set, whereas it's Wonder's second set. They tied versus Nocturna at 2-2. So let's see how this one goes. We're going to have the Goths here for Dark on the flank of Frontline. Classic Pro in the yellow as the Chinese in the pocket, and Antagonist in the purple as the Khmer in the Omega Giga Mega Uber pocket. Meanwhile, ACCM will be the flank this time as the Muisca. Sebastian will be in the green as the Britons in the pocket, and Lucho will be in the cyan as the Magyars in the Omega Uber pocket. Yeah, okay, now that rings a bell. Venji? Yes, indeed. And they beat, who did they beat to qualify? Did they go through in qualifier 1? They did go through in qualifier 1. Wow, they actually qualified their first attempt. Yeah, they beat Nocturna 3-2, and then they beat Kingstone Miguel Dogao 3-2 to qualify their first try. So, yeah, impressive. Anyway, Vil fighting stuff, you know, the usual for this map from the flanks. You got 6 militia here going after the settlement. But remember, you heal in the settlement aura. So, especially once Feudal Age comes in, it's going to be pretty annoying to fight those villagers. Anyway, is Lucho going for the Sito-esque Magyar Hussars? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, this is just going to be for scouts. Sebastian goes to go archers. Classic Pro likely to do the same thing. Orgi is now scratching to go out. You get more HP per wood spent on repairing a settlement, probably as the Muisca. Settlements have 1,000 HP and 0 armor. I mean, mills and whatnot also have 0 armor. Or no, they have 1. Oh, yeah, in Dark Age they have 0 armor. In Feudal Age you get 1/1 armor. Defensive tower coming in, and ACCM is able to hold the line for now. Red just clicking up. More militia are on the way. Double ranges coming in here for Sebastian. Lucho getting his stable. Same deal for Classic Pro. And Antagonist, actually with an outpost. Gonna be also going scouts. So, really, the only distinction here is the flanks, where you have ACCM on a weaker eco, but he is in the Feudal Age. Whereas Dark is not there yet. And he's got a lot of swordsmen. Not have anticipated this roster. It really is a hodgepodge of players. It's kind of like South America that isn't Brazil plus ACCM. Also a Vil forward still here for Red. Scouts coming in from Lucho, actually to the back. They probably want to deal with this blob of militia before they turn into men-at-arms. Or you upgrade your militia to the more powerful men-at-arms. Feudal Age is in. Men-at-arm is on the way as well.
Yay, ready. Mandatum. Yay. Pace. Mandatum.
Won most S-tier team games? I mean, it depends on the era. Well, interesting tower. Don't think it's gonna happen. Still, archers are here. No fletching yet, but even without it, Sebastian gonna have a pretty good job microing down most of these swordsmen. Yeah, I mean, this is the issue with men-at-arms, right? Is that when they're bad, they are truly awful. Everybody dies. ACCM is still relatively safe here. He is 3 Vils behind his flank counterpart. But yeah, that tower was denied. Purple able to recuperate his base. Do Saul's guys get paid? I would doubt it. Yeah, it's not like either of the flanks are close to Castle Age, so nothing like we saw Hart in the previous series, able to go for like the quick Castle Age and then followed up with Monk Siege. I mean, meanwhile, it's ACCM and Dark who really don't have a whole lot to offer their teammates right now, and then it's basically just a 2v2. You know, Archer Scout, Archer Scout. Yes, Men-at-Arms and Archers are the same movement speed now. Monk Siege or Guechas. The fact that ACCM is still mining stone makes me think he probably wants to get to Guechas. Oh, wait. Vills are coming forward here. Archers able to snag a Vill, and the towering will continue until morale improves. 17 Archers versus 15. Light numbers lead to the Britons player. We do have the extra defense upgrade in here for Classic Pro, though. Scouts +1/+1, no Bloodline. Scouts +1, no other upgrades. So, Antagonist is going to get to those full upgrades first. ACCM loses a Villager. Still, the tower is complete. Yeah, yes, and we just gotta get Temple Guards. Second stable here for Lucho. Much, much more aggressive. Antagonist still sticking on the 1, so he probably is going to want to get a better Castle Age time. 20 farms for him. 22 even here for Lucho. Yeah, Dark is only just now going to stone. Still have that extra defense upgrade, but the numbers just aren't all here for yellow. Where are the rest of his archers? You trying to raid with them? It is tough to keep track of everything in these team games, but I do my best. Anyway, scout upgrades are in for both of the scout-making players. Here are the reinforcing archers to the front lines. With, yes, he did. Still, I mean, these towers are annoying and give blue a good space from which to push in Castle Age, but at least for the time being, they don't do a whole lot. But the first player up to Castle Age will actually be Classic Pro. I mean, we kind of have like the two more military-oriented civs here with Britons and Magyars versus the more eco-oriented civs here with Chinese and Khmer. That's how you want to look at the dynamic. Dark also clicking up. Very nicely done from him. ACC, I'm gonna grab another settlement to try and do some forward stone mining. He's not too far away. Right now, the numbers are very slightly in favor of Wonders militarily, but the ecos are better for Sauls, and they're the team that has 2 players on the way up to Castle Age, so long-term, good prospect. Dark is, of course, going to drop his own castle and going to go for some Huskies. If you don't know what a Huskarl is, it's like a Tiger Cav, but balanced. Yeah, Sebastian is creeping closer to Castle Age, but still a little bit slower than Classic Pro. Everybody now on their way up to Castle Age. Honestly, Saul's doing very well in their first game. When we see the players on paper, you wonder that they might be a little bit outclassed, but these guys are doing very well. 21 scouts versus 17, but if you're avoiding taking the fights, that's fine for Sauls. Still, Wonders see their advantage, and they're going to try and press it. Lucho will be the last player to click up. Classic Pro ha avanzado en la edad de los castillos. You know it, guys. All right. Are we going to see the castle? That is going to be essential. Dark, not quite enough stone. ACCM is actually pretty far away, so no Quechas in the near future for him. And here comes the castle. It is a little far forward. Siege workshop and houses and what? Guys. Guys. Could you just, like, not? Oh, dear. Why? What a mess here for Red that just did not have to be. He honestly could have just deleted a farm and plopped it down right next to the TC. The towers will give you some nice supporting fire. Light Cav is in here for antagonist, chain barding armor as well. It is going to be a little bit of an advantage. Can they make it happen? What's better, 2 towers with Bodkin or better Light Cav? And look at this, guys. The Light Cav are trying to jump onto the crossbow. The scouts trying to interpose themselves as best they can. It will give Red cover to drop the castle. And yet, this is okay. Yeah, antagonist doing very, very well. And now ACCM, what does he really bring to the table? Other than his amazing smile. But seriously, ACCM's getting clocked over here. It's not good for Dark, but this is all about just team play, right? And when you look at the AoE2 communities that are region-based, like in this case, it's the Russophone communities, they tend to all have very good teamwork. The Vietnamese teams are the same, the Brazilian teams, the Argentinian teams, Chinese teams. It's, you know, commonality. That's a lot of Light Cav. That's a lot of Light Cav. So right now the numbers for Wonders militarily are quite good. Just a lot of archers and a lot of Light Cav and a few knights. Still, Classic Pro added the second TC. Antagonist doing the same. Meanwhile, Sebastian on 2 TCs, ACCM on 2 TCs. And it's actually Lucho who's still only on the 1. The only player in the game only on 1 TC. Interesting game number 1, though. And we got some Huskies out. How often do we get to see the Huskies? The Norwegian team? Well, you know, there always has to be an exception to the rule. Okay, hearing a Huskarl say Ongo is pretty funny. Also, Red Goths are the OG Russian civs, so this is actually Dark's IRL civ if we're going back in the day. If you know, you know. Alright, Sebastian 38 to 29 crossbowmen, but an 8 villager lead now to Classic Pro. Keep in mind, it's a pretty similar dynamic where the better army is here for the Wonders players and civs, but the better economy for Sauls. Yeah, originally Goths was just everybody east of the Danube. Huns? No, in Genghis Khan 4, the Russians were originally represented as the Red Goths. No, not COVID. I took a COVID test. It's bronchitis and tonsillitis. Alright, wheelbarrow now in. Actually, handcart in for Cyan. That's really trying to get the good 1 TC eco, I guess. Ooh, Mangonel's gonna get caught out of position. Well done here. And the Huskarls too. Great move here from Lucho. Lucho's eco isn't the best in the grand scheme of things. So he needs to make sure he takes good fights, and that's exactly what he is doing. He is top scorer in this game for a reason. Stores are flip-flopping back and forth between the two teams. Those knights have to retreat. There is the sort of fight that Wonders continue to look for. Yes, well, he's had the most uninterrupted eco. A lot of archers here from Sebastian. He's doing a click up to Imp soon. Classic Pro's eco is going to be better in the long run, but right now his army numbers are not as good as his counterparts, and we are literally watching Britain crossbowmen take down a town center. Guys, whose dreams as a 10-year-old are being fulfilled with Britain archers destroying buildings very slowly? Oh, the dancing, though. Oh, good attack round there from Dark. Does a lot of damage to those Light Cav. Another decent attack round. still so much army here. Value is heavily favoring the Wonders team at the moment. And right now, those archers do get the kill. We do have a Mangonel out here for ACCM, and Imp is also on the way for Classic Pro. Again, better economy, worse army. It is the tale as old as this game, which isn't really saying much. And what can sell? Well, the one thing they can't do is destroy buildings. And look at this, though. Dark's on his way up to Imp. But what does Imp even give you right now as Goths? Great Wall? Well, we have the Great Wall of the Muisca from ACCM. Doing, shall we say, wonders in that supporting role. Oh, 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 oh. Into Goth hand cannon? No. I mean, you want to get to Goth spam, but you just don't have the eco for that. Do Goths get block printing? Unless I'm very much mistaken, they do not. Alright, more repairs being attempted for Sauls. Right now, score lead a little bit in favor of Wonders. The eco a little bit better for Sauls. Sling rules? I think you can only sling an Imperial Age? I think that's the rule. Red knocked down to 1 TC, by the way. The Sarlacc pit? Oh no. It's only 1200 food for Elite Huskarl. Nice and easy. Alright, Archer upgrades coming in. Remember, the counter to the fast Imp Arb play is buildings. Classic Pro Sling Dark for Goth spam. That would be interesting. But right now it's archer upgrades. But can you really challenge the Britain archers with just Chinese archers? Cyan's also on his way up to Imp. And it feels like Wonders are methodically pushing through. Oh my god, he is getting instant Elite Huskarl. That is wonderful. You know what? I like it. I like it. I like the Sauls team. Wait, to be fair, I like most of the teams in this tournament. Good snipes there from Classic Pro. Minimizes damage taken there. All of the mangoes have been taken down. Ring Archer armor's a huge one. I love that Classic Pro recognizes that he's going to struggle in the head-to-head fight, so at the very least you can leverage the Chinese technology advantage. It's still not going to win him the fight, of course. And that's still the fundamental issue. Was he slung? No. Yeah, with +1 defense, you're only taking 1 damage a hit. Imp is almost in right here, though, and Antagonist is still resolutely in the Castle Age. Alright, guys, here we go. This fight needs to happen. Remember, instant blast furnace is a thing. Is this going to be a good enough fight for Sauls? The Huskarls are coming in. They're not actually at the fight, though. The archers here from Yellow are doing more damage over time. They have Thumbring, and it is one of the advantages you can get. Sauls trying to push back, but the numbers still seem pretty good here for Wonders. Oh, but the Huskarls have made it! They're faster than the Arbs! They're in retreat! The Huskarls need to keep pursuing! Collect all the units here. Look at all the pretty colors. Oh, the archers are trying to not have to attack the Huskarls. Oh, I just don't think it's quite enough. I mean, now the archer numbers are looking good for yellow. And again, Sebastian doesn't have the armor, nor does he have Thumbring, so in an actual fight, the Chinese Arbs are better. Man, what a cool game number 1. I love team games, guys. I will die on that hill. Issue, though. Is Cavalier behind Knight? Well, Hussar is on the way. Yeah, just making Light Cav, interestingly. Yeah, I think that is a real issue. Dark needs more TCs. He's trying to rebuild some right now, but they were really relying on that early imp push from the Huskarls to make something happen. And that's obviously not happening. I mean, if you can take the fight, if you can force the fight, you're going to do well Heroes Classic Pro with your full upgrades. Sebastian's still not really there, but Sebastian can just poke and prod so effectively. Yeah, Lucho very easily could have run out of gold. Only has 8 bills on the resource. Markets are going to come in. Trade on this map is not very good. You can see that the forest blocks so much that it's tough to actually get enough gold from trade. You can go to trade line, but that's usually very, very expensive. Yep, the eco lead is gone. Now Wonders have the eco advantage. Dark has really lost a lot. He's only lost 13 bills this game, which isn't actually that much. It's just the lack of TCs that's been a real issue. Oh, I love patrol stacking. It makes me so happy, guys. Oh, my goodness. It just brings a tear to my eye. Still, it is Hussars versus Knights. I mean, you know. Antagonist is going to be an imp shortly, and he's on 125 bills. It's not bad. Lucho's macro has been superior, though. There's imp. Scores are still pretty close. And now look at this. Purple ran out of gold, too. Ooh, this could be devastating. I mean, Red's still trying to expand his eco as best he can, but I just don't think they have the time. This map is too small. It's really hard to stall. That even rhymes. Slinger time? Perfect. Ongo indeed. Is Anatov? Well, they were in a bit of a different situation, right? Because Purple was trying to expand his eco, but he had to keep on investing a lot more into Knights, which delays his Imperial Age time. Yeah, once ACCM is joining the party with some Slingers, that's going to be very, very good against the Goths. Yeah, I mean, guys, there are 53 Elite Huskarls on the field. I mean, I think what we can agree on is that this is a sick game number 1. Just like I am sick. Yeah, guys, Purple's at max pop. Yellow's close to it. Cyan's close to it. Green's close to it. Red and blue are the only ones that are still a little far away. I mean, in terms of quality, the Magyar Hussars, not the Magyar Hussars, but, you know, the Magyar Hussars, are the same as the ones for Purple. And once Blast Burst comes in, don't be on stand ground! Don't be a stand ground, Sally! And remember, the raw DPS is better from the Thumbring Archers, but I think that there's... Oh, look at the army numbers, guys! Holy cow! Are Sauls making this work? Sauls have a huge army value advantage. The Slingers are coming in. I don't know if ACCM got Harakas yet. Yes, he did, so they had trained super fast. Are the Goths going to be able to Goth their way to victory? Remember, Slingers, they only get 4 bonus damage, I think? Yeah, 4 bonus damage. So the Slingers only deal 4 damage to the Huskarls. There's Salazinum. And look at this, guys. I mean, how often do we get to see the Goth infantry spam come into play? Classic Pro doing such a wonderful job supporting with his archers as well, really focusing on those upgrades. And guys, the scores still look good for Team Wonders, but can they deal with the amount of units coming in? I mean, right now, it's 58 archers that might as well be shooting kumquats at the Huskarls. The sling situation, I mean, you see that, right? There are 11 of them on the field. Cap! Still a lot of Hussars, but the numbers are dropping drastically. Look at this from Antagonist. So many Khmer Hussars incoming. ACCM. You gotta love ACCM. Yes, Wonders are doing a much better job with trade. And look at Paladin for Lucho. He's got 22 trade cards. That's an okay amount to get started. For Paladins, you want at least 40. And right now, Wonders have held the line. The eco numbers are still pretty bad for Red. And I think that this lack of trade could be the nail in the coffin. Also, they're not full-walled. I mean, okay, we got some walls up over here, but they're just now getting them, and you still have ACCM with random nonsense behind the enemy lines. A breathtaking game? Yeah. This could easily be decisive, though, if Paladin comes in. Most of the Huskies did die. Yeah, no conscription for Lucho hitherto. Castle here in the back for yellow. But, I mean, just look at the Russophone team just running out of steam. And fortified walls coming in here from Sebastian. They are not getting raided. Their eco is going to be so much better in the long run. Elite Temple Guard coming in. Now, Huskarls do get bonus damage against Temple Guard as shock infantry units, but it should only be 2. Oh, sorry, it's 3. I think they buffed that or something. Just a, you know, a little bit of a fracas here. Or, yeah, but you're not there right now, is Sebastian. I don't think. Oh, I'm sorry, he does have Warwolf Trebs. Oh my goodness, it's hard to keep track of all this. Castle still getting low. Good repairs from both red and yellow. Fortified wall now in. Pikemen are here too. No Halb yet. 127 builds for Dark, so he is getting there. And remember, Hussars don't need gold. Goths need very little gold to be successful. The bigger issue is going to be Classic Pro. But he still has 37 bills on the resource, and he has 24 trade cards. It's not amazing, but it could be a lot worse. Also, oh my goodness, this wood line is truly unfortunate. 42, it should be 42 gold on both sides. Yeah. Yeah, way low in the archer numbers, but look at this. Out-Treb-warring Warwolf. Not bad. Sebastian's coming in with the castle, though, and right now, numbers are still pretty solid. Temple Guards are in, and the Elite Temple Guards obviously are very good against pikemen, although a 40-to-1 advantage, they are not. Oh, close the gate! Oh my goodness, that could have been a disaster. Oh, indeed. Bombard Tower here for Classic Pro. Treb's gonna siege on up. Siege Engineers is coming in from ACCM. Here are the men of the pike, but they're not Huskarls. Numbers a little bit better for Sal's. Value, though, is higher for Wonders. Paladin's sneaking through the back. Castle falls. Not that Goth's really need it. He's gotten all the upgrades. Yeah, this is a very good game. Wonders, I still give a bit of an edge to because they have the economy. But this is still anyone's game. And here, look at this, guys. I mean, where have I seen this before? But the Paladin reinforcements just in the nick of time. But it means ACCM's losing a lot of his stuff here as well. Sauls are actually taking a slight eco advantage. 39 trade cards, 21-18. They are getting there. It was a bit slower than I'm sure they would like. Those Paladins will be cleaned up by the Hussars, not something I say every day. ACCM going for some towers. Muisca don't have arrow slits, though, if I recall correctly. If I know my tower upgrades, and I like to think I do. Yeah, no arrow slits. Castle there is going to go down, though. Great job there from Sebastian, who's now getting his own towers involved as well. Relics usually don't matter that much. ACCM did grab 4 of them, and Dark grabbed 3. Drop their bill count? Quite possibly, and look at this. The Hussars are going to be in. Halbs are running into Arbalests. Not the best idea there. Elite Battle Elephant is coming in. Walls are being attempted. Oh my goodness, I think that was a just-in-time quick wall. But Wonders are pushing, guys. They have the value. Onager coming in for ACCM. Remember, you do have fully upgraded Siege Onagers as the Muisca. And will the Mumok be ready to go when they need to be? Yellow still only on Arbalests. I mean, you'd really love to be on Chukonu, but you just don't really... I mean, you're going to be on 4 castles, but you're going to need to be able to afford that switch. But here they are, the elephants. Now, Temple Guards are good against elephants. Remember, they do get anti-elephant bonus damage, but they still die pretty darn hard to ARBs. Is this the sort of thing that they needed? We have Keeps in here from the Britain's player, which is obviously going to be better. Onager is going to be in too, but the elephants are here. Is it enough, guys? I feel like the Paladin reinforcements might be doing the trick. The elephants are starting to fall. And the towers help out a lot as well. Trebs are going to get focused down on all sides. More elephants coming in, but the Paladin raids could be very difficult to stop. Halves are trying to be switched into here for Sebastian. Tusk Swords coming in. Ooh, Skirmisher is not what you want as Class Pro. You really want Chukonu. I don't know, guys. I still give Wonders the advantage, but they aren't quite able to close it out as Elephants continuing to pour forward from antagonists. There's 5 Halbs on the field. More Temple Guards, though. Yeah, just a few production buildings over there to the east. This is where the whole party is happening. Elephants will at least be pretty good at taking down the buildings as well. Well, actually, not really. There's Masonry in. Masonry helps a lot with the anti-elephant damage. Great Wall. Still, trade is not very good. Army values are comparable, ecos are also comparable, and now Sauls are the ones who are pushing. We got that Halb Huskarl mix. Oh, but now Classic Pro starting to really fall off. He does have a Bombard Tower on the way. That's fun. Ooh. Yeah, 19, 20 kills on that keep before it goes down, and I think Classic Pro really needs to find a way to contribute. And, I mean, look at this, just still open over here, allowing the Paladins to run in. It's so much more APM to deal with this defending than it is to actually execute the raids. It's always the biggest advantage. Hussar's still running in here from Lucho. Yeah, Lucho is definitely overboomed. But there's SO for ACCM. How often do we get to see siege auditors on frontline, man? I mean, that's still a lot of defensive structures. And because the trade line is so short, it actually means that the castles cover more of it. Onager here for Dark. Honestly, one team onagering to cut to the edge of the map for better trade could be decisive. Oh, that was actually only 5 kills. But right now, Wonders are pushing right on back. There is a Bombard Tower here. Still, Classic Pro, man, he's on 61 trade carts. He's on 4 castles. He needs to get to Elite Chukonu. Well, the Onager only had 5 kills on it. And look at this, Sebastian back here with his trebuchets. He's got the towers. Some monks here as well as for the Muisca, going for those conversions. And right now, you just don't have enough punching power. Okay, Capdram coming in. But now, Siege Onagers with full upgrades are in for ACCM. And another big Paladin raid. This is just something that cannot be stopped at the moment, whereas this trade is just completely unbothered. And I still do think Wonders are working slowly but steadily towards that win. Dark's 35, 45 vills on food. It's not that much. More onager cuts coming in, gonna just enable more and more surface area from which to attack. Oh my goodness, the SO here from ACCM do so much damage. This isn't even remotely close to a wood game. Heavy rocket cart and rocketry coming in. That's actually going to be denied. Awkward. I do not think that's good enough at all. Like, in the slightest, I don't think it's good enough. Yeah, I mean, communication really seems to be breaking down a little bit. More towers coming in, and this is also where I think the individual skill of Sebastian and ACCM especially are really coming into focus. And now the raids are coming in, guys. The populations are comparable, but all of our qualitative understanding of AoE 2 points us towards this game getting better and better for Wonders. More towers here for Sebastian. Halb's trying to come in over here. It's just not enough, I think, here for Wonders to try, or for Sols to try and defend. They have no counterattacking potential whatsoever. Yeah, I think Wonders getting to their best comp faster because of their earlier trade. Like I said, that quite possibly was the deciding factor. A lot of elite temple guards. Towers here for Britons. I mean, that is 51 fully upgraded Khmer battle elephants. To be fair. Powers added in a good amount of damage, but... I mean, just when I feel like the game it has to be over, you have Sols really try and hang in there, but they lack siege. And again, I feel like the big issue is that Classic Pro is just not able to get to a better army composition. I mean, that was a glorious push, for sure. But now there are all these towers here. There are more siege onagers coming in. And you still just don't have the army quality, even with elephants. But the Britain plus Muisca Deathball here for supporting fire is just so insane. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my gourd. 52 kills on those SO. Oh, that's a big splat there on your allied trebuchets, but it doesn't matter. ACCM is a freaking wrecking ball. 24 kills on the Britain towers, but it's more that good consistent damage that they deal. And now this is happening as well. And the fact that, again, this area of the map has never been breached for Wonders. Oh, man. It's just not enough, guys. There was a time when Sols almost made the push happen, but they just ran out of resources. And the time that it took them to establish trade just made everything completely fall off. They lost all their momentum, and Wonders were able to get to their best army composition. I think that if the map naturally has a little bit more gold, we actually do see Wonders lose this game. But it's close, man. It's so close. But that's what makes AoE good. It's just Wonders able to barely hold out there. They had the forethought to get the trade down, and they were just barely able to survive. But yeah, Red's population not doing well. There are some bombard cannons, but not much. Okay, well, that was a pretty insane hit. But the populations are still dropping. Oh, look at that. Dark was trying to expand the trade. Yeah, he tried. He tried. Credit here to both teams, though. I mean, this is a darn good game of AoE. Very high level, for sure. And that's it. Wow. Great game of Age of Empires, but Wonders ultimately stand tall and get the W. Great, great stuff. Classic Pro, good KD. I still think that he needed to be the one, though, to get to that insane support composition. Chuko knew plus towers in the same way that we had these Arbs and Halbs and towers. I think Sebastian just too strong in that role. Goths fell off a cliff way too much against Muisca, as Muisca just a much better late-game civ in these sorts of situations. Goths could do well if there was any raiding potential, but the team here absolutely locked that down. And then the Paladins coming in before the Elephants as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. Also, look at that gold collected for Lucho. That's a lot of gold. That's a lot of Paladins. But based off of that game number 1, I would not be surprised to have a 2-2 set. Ooh, I wonder what happens if one of the, like, what if Wonders just goes through all of their series 2-2. Like, they literally only draw. I feel like that would provide the best storyline. All right. Other. That was technically Saul's home map, though. All right, so that is Chinese and Goths and Khmer losing to Britons and Magyars and Muisca. So a bit more draft priority there for Saul's as well. So good there for Wonders. And Daniela is jumping into the next game, so we will as well. It looks like we're on our favorite Irish map, Cape O' Storms. As we will have Sebastian in the blue as the Italians on the flank. ACCM as the green Lithuanians in the pocket. And Lucho as the Cyan Saracens on the north flank. Same lineup for these guys. Same lineup for these guys. Dark's going to be the yellow... Oh, wait, hold on. Classic Pro's going to be playing flank this time. He'll be the red Mongols. Dark's going to be the yellow Armenians in the pocket. And Antagonist is going to be the purple Huns on the flank. This is weird. I need to get coffee, though, so enjoy watching Lucho scout for a second. I return. Okay, looks like Lucho will be the first player up. All right, we saw this dynamic before. No dock at all here from Lucho. Dock here from all the players for Sauls. But yeah, no idea why the players aren't evenly spaced. It's just how the map is. And look, it's already trying to wall this area. It is so tough to do. For instance, I'm pretty sure this is a hole here. Still, everybody on the way to Feudal Age at this point, with Dark now having it queued up, but he's going to be on an okay eco. Again, I really wonder what the plan is here for Armenians. Everybody else does make some sense. But like, Mongols and Huns, you'd both think would be more pocket. I mean, I guess Mongols do either or, but... yeah, kind of odd. Eric's just now coming in here for Sebastian. Okay, looks like this might be fully walled. Frickin' nerd! Alright, double ranges, and here we will have a stable. So, Scouts, Navy, oh, gotta be careful there. Is there an extra bore? Seven fishing ships for ACCM. Oh, look at this. They call him Stonewall ACCM. Oh, Dark is forward here. Oh, my goodness. Well. Okay. This is, not going to work? Scotty doesn't know. But they're walling anyway. I mean, I think it's in part seeing the Armenians stonewalls here to the south. But remember that Cyan doesn't have any fishing ships. But nothing here kills archers, especially archers with like a spearman. ACCM is gonna get this walled in just a moment. Meta, but then why would you go for forward longswordsman? It didn't used to be meta on this map. Anyway, unless I'm very much mistaken, these walls should be there in time. And the archers are there to follow it up as well, and this looks like it is not destined for great success. Still, it's not like Sebastian has much of a fleet. ACCM doesn't have that much of one either. The hills should be insane for Hulks versus the fire galleys. Great micro there from a Classic Pro, however. But yeah, just these random Hulks coming out is going to be more than enough. Yeah, these longswordsmen not doing a whole lot. The Vil counts are still relatively good, though. Oh, gets the kill there. And looks like all these ships are starting to fall. You have 5 galleys. That's just fighting uphill. Up water hill. Sounds weird, but, you know, it makes sense if you don't think about it. 7 Scout Cavalry here for ACCM, so he's able to contribute on the water and the walling and on the land. That's actually really insane. I could do like one of those and do it poorly. And that's the limit of my talent. Scouts are here from ACCM, and they are getting some damage done. Still a big Ville lead for Sauls. But until it manifests itself into Castle Age, I don't think there's a whole lot you get out of it. ACCM gonna get another kill here. Oh, I guess those scouts are gonna go down. 17 fishing ships for Dark. That's a lot of Fisky Mothers. Now the fire galleys are coming in. It feels like Wanderers are doing a better job of bouncing around the naval triangle. And look at this, they got players up to Castle Age faster. Yep, 18 fish here for Anti. But again, if you don't get a faster Castle Age time, what does this really matter? Lucho still has some unupgraded archers. Not the scariest unit in the world, but he's still, like, he's not dying here, which is the most important thing. We'll likely need another villager to come over, but you know, this is where the holes in the forest become a problem, is because you can't get the best surface area against all these buildings. Yeah, Lucho, no dock. But again, Lucho's still up to Castle Age, and Dark isn't. And although annoying, it's not like these longswordsmen do all that much. ACCM is now going to be up to Castle Age in just a second, most likely. And yeah, I mean, like, look at this. Everybody now on their way up here for Sauls, but nobody is in Castle Age yet. ACCM counterattacking with his hulks. There really are not much in the way of galleys. 14 fishing ships still for green. No, games don't usually go that long on this map. I mean, it'll be used almost certainly if the game gets to that point. It just doesn't usually get to that point. Anyway, Castle Age here for purple. And these guys are, like, kind of walled. Yeah, just a bit of a nuisance there. Knights are going to come out, though. Chain barding armor and husbandry. Still, Wonders are relatively safe. And they're also down 20 villagers, so it's tough. A Herbertian definition of control, yeah, that's fair. Well, that looks kind of derpy, but I guess it works out. Few archers here for Sebastian, and he's coming in with, or Lucho's coming in with reinforcements. Medium warships for yellow, so he wants to fight back on water. Notice that the long swordsmen are not really in great numbers at this point. That's a lot of archers here, and I don't see a whole lot of things that can kill archers. Red's gonna try to rush up an additional TC, but these archers are barreling in. Uh-oh, Spaghetti Mr. Yo. Now, the fortified churches can help you defend. Gambesons and chainmail armor are nice. I hear attacking sounds. Out here. It's just the swordsmen have been well defended. Classic Pro not attacking there either. Archers are going to scooch back for the time being, though. No Zweihander yet. And yes, just archers behind walls. And yes, I mean, they are Saracen allied archers. Is something to keep in mind. PC number 2 coming down over here. Meanwhile, everybody's adding in plenty of eco on this side. You can see that fish traps are already in abundance. And with now 2 players going with a bit of water control, this is better for Team Sols here on the high seas. And ACCM is still finding a way to get value. Again, it's crazy to me that ACCM was walling and pressuring on the land and pressuring on the water. Like, look at this. Classic Pro doesn't realize. Okay, now he does, but after he lost a ton of ills. Yeah, you bet Sols is open. Is it top 4? Yeah. All right, Zweihunter's in. That market's not going down. Repairs OP. Dark is here to the north, and remember, this is where extra stone is, which is very helpful, of course. All the relics are also in the middle of the map, so that's something that Dark is keeping in mind. Knights still being a nuisance from ACCM. And yet, ACCM can only do so much. And now those fishing ships are in a world of trouble. Man, these are some good games, though. I am liking it. Like, the Wonder's Army's still a lot better. Oh, wait! Uh-oh, oh my god, just in the nick of time! But now there's only one villager here to repair, and the mango's coming in from downtown! Oh, when the dam breaks, guys. We might be in that situation. Water is now completely locked down by our Mongols player. Interesting attack round. Not too sold. A few knights coming in here from ACCM. The upgrades aren't as good as Antagonist, who has full upgrades. In Wonders, they still have a bit of an army lead, especially because a lot of this is Navy that doesn't really do a whole lot. At this point, obviously, the naval control has been integral in general. More knights charging in from Purple. Remember, Purple's on 3 TCs. And 18 fishing ships. He's on 85 bills. Antagonist doing very well here from his position. That is indeed a 70 eco unit lead, and that is more than the fishing ships, although the fishing ships are certainly not insignificant. More eco upgrades coming in here from Yellow, who is at least on the 2 TCs. Imp is on the way here for Sebastian, but it's going to be a very low eco Imperial Age. And I mean, it's all good, Nerfox. I just hope y'all are enjoying these team games. Alright, yeah, no thumb ring in yet. More stone walls here to the south. There is a very real opportunity for Wonders to still take this. No +2 defense. I guess not having +2 defense doesn't really matter if there aren't any archers on the other side. It is 102 military to 61. That's getting cleaned up, guys, and I don't know. I don't think this is getting stopped. Lucho also clicks up. Again, sub 60 villagers. Yep, I agree about them, their arbs. We're starting to right-click TCs, guys. These are Saracen allied archers, remember. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The TC's barely doing anything. It doesn't have fletching. It's a 1v3 right now. And there's Imp in for Sebastian. Those vills are having to flee. We have a bunch of swordsmen queued up. But they still haven't found a real way in. I mean, these guys are back to being full walled. Where are the swordsmen, actually? This isn't a very helpful position. Did ACCM get any relics? Maybe one. Yeah, about to have 2. All right, trying to pressure those archers with the knights, but it's tough. And the TCs are dropping like flies. You need a castle, but nobody has the stone for one. Dark is close, but that's still going to be a long ways off. Classic Pro trying to get into some CA. I don't know, guys. This is looking, I think, really good for Wonders, despite having, like, 2/3 the vills. ACCM, yeah, he's gonna have 3, actually. Dark got 4, probably 5 in total with Armenian relics, but... yeah, now Lucho's also an imp. Now we're getting to Mongol skirms. That is a very sad sign. Yeah, in team games, it's just almost impossible to completely deny Lithuanians from relics. And is the fish boom not going to matter, guys? Siege tower? Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, y'all love to see it. I mean, now the army numbers results are good. I mean, look at this. Dark's on 55 champions. That's actually too many arbs. Where are the rest of the champions? I guess they're coming. But here's the thing, guys. This army is a wrecking ball. Just like Miley Cyrus. The knights are dwindling. This is really interesting. This is the most interesting series I've seen so far of the League of Shadows. No armor for... Well, I mean, they're in Castle Age. They are fully upgraded as far as Castle Age goes. Is this enough? The knights are all dead. It is just the blob of arbs, and can the skirmishers whittle them down over time? That's actually with ballistics, all those shots missed somehow. Meanwhile, the reinforcing arbs not able to punch through on this side. Still 322 vills. Everybody at 100 vills or higher. Nobody even at 100 vills right now on this side. Lucho does have a castle up here and is going to start trimming, though. And there could be a very real issue soon where you just don't have anyone in Imperial Age. There's so much room for those archers to run around. That TC's having a bad day. And now the tribbing is going to start. Arb upgrades still aren't the best. Oh my goodness, guys. So toxic. The eco gap is closing. Oh my goodness, these arbs are killing so much. These arbs have killed 41 vills! Uh-oh. Imp is on the way for both yellow and purple. But again, the Trebs are going to be here. That's going to secure a lot of these mineral resources to the north. And green's here with some knights. The guys, the skirms are dot. They tap out. Was that over? Sebastian and Lucho, both an insane KD. Nobody able to get a good enough KD on the other side. Was antagonist on gold? I don't know. But if he was put off gold, then yeah, that would probably be GG. But yeah, wow, Wonder's making it happen. Two really good games, though. Yeah, purple and yellow were both about to hit Imperial Age. Mongols, Huns, and Armenians losing to Persians. No, not Persians. Saracens and Lithuanians and Italians. And now we have Wonders home maps left, so Tres Leches and Menindee. I feel like we're never seeing RF or Grand Barra or Fortified Clearing or Enemy Archipelago. It feels like we're seeing the same maps over and over again, I'll be honest. Anyway, we have to wait for Daniela to get into the next game, but then we will do that as well. Not strategy? Yep. Yep. So we'll have to see what the next map is. Oh, actually, Daniela's already showing it. It's Menindee. Nikov is playing. Looks like subbing ACCM out for this one. We had good games. And I'm never going to argue against having good games. I mean, maybe I should, because I'm that toxic. All right. Daniela has put herself in. And I will do the same. Oh, I've never seen these little guys generate on this map before. You shake your fist at Metra? I mean, that's like the default. It's a WDC2 map, so you know it's a weird map. I remember doing the map. Wait, Nerfox, weren't you part of the map contest? This won the map contest. It was our favorite map. And it was the players' and viewers' favorite map, too. It is a weird map, but it's cool. Anyway, Lucho's going to be in the blue as the Aztecs on the flank here. Other one will be Nikov in the cyan as the Burgundians. And in the back, Sebastian. Okay. These guys had to have practiced with, Hold on. Who was it in the last set? Tag? Yeah, these guys absolutely practice with Tag. It's the exact same Civ lineup in the exact same positions. Yeah, no way they haven't practiced with Tag. Meanwhile, Dark going to be the red Portuguese here on to the northwest. Antagonist is the purple Turks here to the southeast. And Classic Pro in the yellow as the Vietnamese. He's going to be the one with the fish boom. Remember, just 200 food here with one perch. Anyway, it is robot fighting time over here. FC Castle Drop? Now that would be something. I feel like if it was a regular tournament map, there would be 0 stone and like 2 tiles of gold on the inside. How do I know? Well, I know that the teams absolutely practice with each other, even if they are competitors. They just isn't anyone else that is the, you know... There really aren't anyone else at the level that you need to practice with that aren't in the main event. And again, it's the exact same civs in the exact same position, and thus far the exact same strat. Vous autres? Yeah, I'm sure the Oni teams practice together. Lucho's mill is under attack here from Dark. Hola. Good amount of pressure here from Dark. Lucho is well up in the Vil count, though. Oh my goodness, Dark lost 3 Vils. Lucho, 2 kills and 1 second idle time. This is insane from Lucho, who isn't even a BF player. I do think Lucho has the potential to be the next Sebastian, though. Like, I feel like Lucho is developing a wider array of skills really quickly. Like, he used to be like 100% pure hamster, and he still is in general, but like I said, I feel like he's getting there, and he's clearly grinding the game a ton. Anyway, no mill for anyone. This is a mill-free zone. Anyway, this is the issue with the map. Like, you're out of fish, so you can't actually add in too many fishing ships in the early game. And I kind of liked how Nikov did this, where he only was really fishing once he would have a smooth transition into fish traps. A demilitarized zone. It's a defisherized zone. Although I did see in the news today that South Korea and North Korea are engaging in talks. Okay, here's my area studies hot take. I don't think that there will be much pressure for much longer, and within our lifetimes, both countries, North and South Korea, will accept that they are just different countries. Kinda dead. I mean, America's as unreliable as ever. Except they have a ton of military bases in their country, so it's extra anxiety-inducing. And they still rely on the US for tons of stuff. North Korea, China. South Korea's already been doing a very good job of balancing the US and China. Which is funny because, like, South Korea's, like, political situation it just swings back and forth constantly between conservatives and liberals. I think that North and South Korea are going to work much more towards that they're just separate countries, and they're the whole we need to unify in one Korea, like, that is becoming less and less popular over time. Which makes sense, right? The countries are growing further apart. The amount of people who have memories of one Korea are way fewer. Why can't you be normal? I mean, I've seen plenty of South Korean scholars who are like that. I've had my share of South Korean poli-sci classes. And the way too, it's a little bit different with China and Taiwan because the power balance is very different. But in terms of, like, I've talked to tons of Taiwanese people, and I don't know anyone who actually would consider them to be the legitimate government of all of China. Is the most dangerous job in the world? I mean, it's been a while since anyone was assassinated. I mean, really, you're just more likely to go to jail for being extremely corrupt. But, you know, that's how it is. Yeah, I actually... If China's going to invade in Taiwan, it's going to do so extremely soon, or not at all. I mean, they'll posture for it. Along with the actual Vietnam, yeah. China can actually is one of those countries that can claim Vietnam as their actual Vietnam. Soon, within the next few years. The anniversary of their massive remilitarization with the People's Liberation Army is, I think, next year? So that's when they're scheduled to finish the modernization of their military. So if it doesn't happen then, I don't think it's going to happen at all. Now, I still think there is a chance it happens before then. But China's enjoying a really unique spot in the geopolitical world right now where they don't really have to do all that much. They basically work with everybody. They're not really trusted or friends with anybody, but everyone kind of feels compelled to work with them, and they don't really... They only rattle their, you know, geopolitical might in their own sphere. So outside of, you know, the Asia-Pacific region, they don't really, you know, get entangled in all of these foreign policy issues. I mean, China's got tons of problems, don't get me wrong. Yes, but China has a lot invested economically in Africa, but they don't have a lot of, like, geopolitical will invested in Africa. Like, compare that to, like, even the Russians with the Wagner Group. Like, that's a lot more direct military, you know, presence than what China has. Yeah, I mean, but that also has the colonial legacy. I mean, that's like where all of these discussions are just so intricate. Yeah, yep. Has been backing Putin. China, as a rule, will back the de facto leader of whoever. I guarantee you, if Putin gets ousted, China will immediately support whoever has ousted Putin. I have not been paying attention to this game at all. You know, we got Janissaries. They're doing Janissary things. Living their Janissary lives. Borderlands? I mean, it's going to be a really interesting space to watch going forward with global, you know, climate change and opening up. Well, on the one hand, the borderland region is going to become very dry and inhospitable. But also, north in Siberia, getting towards the Arctic Ocean, is going to become much more open to exploitation. Yeah, I mean, that's the... China works with everybody. So China will absolutely buy stuff from Putin, because they do not care at all about him being, you know, a horrible dictator, because they themselves are a dictatorship. But China also has extremely close economic agreements with the US, right? So it's... You know, they play all sides, and they're also extremely embedded with the EU. You know, Antagonist is pushing here. Still just the 1 TC, and I think that's the big concern for Sauls. They've gotten good economic damage. Well, I do Dark's lost 10 bills, but he's irrelevant. Actually, 21 fishing... Holy cow, Dark has a fish boom. I didn't realize he had that many fishing ships. That's wild. My concern is that over time, you will have wonders surpass them in economy. Like, Lucho is going to expand his eco. The Janissaries are all gone. You're still only on 1 TC. Nikov is going to start to run in with a ton of Cavalier. He's got the fish boom. Green's eco is really bad, but he does have a big blob of archers. Shouldn't be playing from the Yanks? Yeah, I mean, it's... I think that the people who say that shared ideals mean nothing are actually, like... The cynics will always sound extremely smart, like, oh, nothing matters. It's all just the real politique stuff. It does matter. But people will always make concessions. And geopolitics is not a zero-sum game, which, again, is something that I found extremely annoying in a lot of the more traditionalist views at my university. Well, that TC sure isn't happening. Castle H is finally in here for red. Actually, yeah, the eco still isn't even all that great. Or at least for, like, imp resources. Good stuff. So we gotta go to war. Or if you have good stuff and we have good stuff, then we just trade for it. I mean, that's usually the easiest thing. Wars are hard, man. I still feel like Wonders are in complete control of the game right now. Like I said, the ecos are exploding. Lucho is expanding all over the place. Sebastian is slowly growing his own eco back. Nikov's going to be on 4 TCs, and he's going to still be on his Cavalier. Like, what's Purple doing? His 1 TC attempt was denied. He's going to try again over here. Looks like Yellows might be trying for another one over there. Yes, Classic Pro is imp, but he's got no castle, and his eco is still quite poor, and he doesn't... It's not like the last game where there were 2 players with, like, 40 Arbalests. Classic Pro has 24. That's a big old difference. Not even the Portuguese Cav Archer can save the day. Oh dear, that's also a thing that's happening. We'll see. I don't think most policymakers in America would have said that going to war with Iran was a truly stupid idea. Which it is, of course, and was. But Trump just surrounded himself with yes men, and also you have this extremely weird relationship with Israel that makes things even more complicated. But again, in general, I don't think under any other president we would have gone to war, or at least none that have really been in the political arena for the last, you know, my lifetime. I mean, there are many things wrong with Trump. I mean, and you could also make the argument that the going to war in Iran was to distract from the Epstein files, which is absolutely, I think, the case. At least in part. The US, right? Yep. It's a very fair question, and if anyone says they have the answer, they are kidding themselves. Nobody knows. Anyway, huge eco lead for Wonders. Imp is going to be on the way here very soon, and the Chicken Suit Men, I think, are really going to have a good chance to shine here. First question, will War America start in the Middle East this millennium? Well, the thing is, America, to some degree, did learn from Iraq and Afghanistan. To some degree. We're still way too let's get involved into Middle East warsy thingies for my taste, but it was very much an idea of the 90s that America could go around and be the global police that it wanted to be. Neocon sickos, always. I mean, this is a scary army, guys. The Chicken Suit Men are going to come in. Ignore the ROTW or get too involved in the ROTW. I mean, rest of the world. 150 years? Yeah, well, you know, swing back and forth. I mean, this is a good push, guys. Is this going to be just like the last game? Guys, Wonders have no army. I mean, they are getting some more eco kills here. Like, oh, thanks, Nerfox. Look at that. This is the last time we have to enable someone saying Iraq. Yeah, a lot of the archers went down. Nikov's got nothing. I mean, he's gonna have Paladin, but for 3 units. Now, can the Eagles win this game 1v3? I think they can, actually. I actually genuinely think they can. Remember, Classic Pro's Vietnamese, so no hand cannons. For some reason in my mind, Classic Pro is Portuguese. Yeah, I actually think the Eagles can win this game 1v3. Castle still stands, too. Oh, yeah, don't be dumb with your bombard cannons. Guys, if Wonders win their 3rd game in a row in a super close, interesting game, I'll feel so bad for Sauls. How's Dash? Dash is doing just fine. Yeah, I think Lucho might just win this. Just with Eagles. Unless he runs out of gold, that's the big question, but I don't think he will. At least not for a good long while. Anyway, this is it, guys. Now is the hour. Riders of Rohan and all that stuff. At the very least, the bombard cannons are not getting... Okay. That was a really bad fight. Lucho, what are you doing, my man? Good bombard cannon hits there from Classic Pro. Oh, looks like a very ill-timed lag or something. Man, I love Janissaries. Such a fun unit. It's a very satisfying unit. I mean, this is also, again, it's... I don't think there's a way Wonders loses this. Oh my god. Oh, Paladin. Okay, yeah, this should be it. This, I think, should be it. Yeah. GG. I feel so bad for Sauls. They are playing so well, but they just can't quite finish off Wonders. and then they just die. This has been the closest 3-0 I've seen in a while. But yeah, eventually, like, Lucho was just too powerful to be destroyed. Oh, he also got 5 relics as Aztecs. That helps a lot. Yep, Wonders will be winning this set. Of course, every single game does matter. We have not had a single sweep so far. And since Wonders tied their first set, they're going to be happy about the win. Oh, I accidentally hit the start game button. Oh, now you know that this game's going to have Bohemians. I'm sorry, Daniela. But yes, Tres Leches will be the last map. I really don't know why it's so popular. Turks, Vietnamese, and Portuguese? All right. Oh yeah, open Daniela's stream. That's what I'm supposed to do. Oh, there's also Rage Force today. Daniela is still at around 600 viewers. Mem's not streaming. Dave is streaming, but that's still really good for her. RF? Well, T-West is streaming it right now. Two picture maps. Again, I would like to see a bit more variety. Because, you know, it's the spice of life and all that. I don't think every set needs Frontline and Tres Leches. Even if we had a very good game on Frontline earlier. But overall, I do like the map pool. Random Civ Pants? Yeah, that's another way you could go for it. In Division 3, I'm sure there will be. All right. Here we are, guys. Game number 4. Will they get the first sweep of the tournament? They are certainly looking good so far. Levnikov and the Cyan as the Gurjaras for Wonders on the flank. In the pocket, the front pocket. In the green as the Bohemians, it will be Sebastian. And ACCM will be the Blue Persians to the far east. Looking to get a win, they don't want to be the first team that's swept in this tournament. Antagonist is the Purple Georgians here to the southeast. Dark here in the yellow as the Koreans in the front pocket. And in the back flank in the red as the Mayans, it will be Classic Pro. Interesting civs. Because you have Bohemians and Koreans, so both civs that can do some FC nonsense, although they kind of go about it in a bit of a different way. I also generally think Bohemians, at least in like a 1v1 setting, kind of hard counter Koreans. Because Koreans really don't like dealing with civs that can go up faster than them and have good monks. And I guess if it goes super late, then Koreans are good again. Was he attacking? Yeah, he had to have attacked the Komodo dragon with his scout cavalry. Gurjaras and Georgians are kind of the foils to each other, as they will likely be making scouts into Castle Age Cav stuff. They both go about it in such different ways, it's kind of hard to compare. But I don't think either will likely invest too much in the water. Meanwhile, Persians and Mayans... Well, okay, you have 2 Cav civs here. Persians are probably going for heavy water play. Mayans, I guess, could, but that feels kind of weird. We could see FC Plumes. That is an option. Huh. I wonder what the plan is. Anyway, no dock from Dark. There is a dock here from... Oh, there is not a dock here from Green. No dock. No dock. So yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. Anyway, already some very small balls coming in. It doesn't necessarily mean that Green's going to be going FC, but with the fact that he is building a mill as well, it kind of makes me think that, you know, we're working in that direction. Yeah? Classic Pro, I don't think is going for a fast castle either. He's going to be going Navy. But Mayans going for Navy versus Persians doesn't really feel very exciting for the Mayans. Persians are just going to be able to power through with a better economy and the faster work speed for the docks over time. I would imagine both these guys are going scouts. Although I don't see a barracks yet. It's actually a mining camp for Nikov. Huh. I wonder what the plan is.
Huh.
Is this docked? Are they both going to go water? It's not like Grujaras are much of a water civ, but... I mean, I guess they can garrison extra fishing ships. Unfortunately, they don't fire extra arrows. It's very sad. ACCM Sato, magic. Also, these are wrecks. All right, second dock now coming in. Indeed, Antagonist is going for some scoots. Classic Pro is going for some water. And... Yep, Green's going FC. Oh, look at that campaign mining camp. And I have a Corgi visitor. Mayans or Britons, did you not see the Arabia games recently? Or game number 1 of the last... Wait a minute. Oh yeah, we saw Britons in game number 1 of this set. Anyway, walls coming up there on the side. There's just some scouts running around, doing their scout thing. What's Dark doing? That wasn't a rhetorical question. What is he doing? I guess he's about to click up to Castle Age. Okay, so they're both going to go FC. I guess it's going to be War Wagons versus Hussite Wagons. Which wagon shall reign supreme? Yeah, just a bit of a nuisance there. See yellow and green both on their way up. 25 versus 25 villagers. Who's wagging their wagon? Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, Nikov and ACCM are both going water. And right now, Antagonist Scouts really don't look like they're doing a whole heck of a lot. Granted, ACCM kind of just slowly establishing a navy. He's not... Like, ACCM's navy and Antagonist Scouts really aren't doing much right now. Yeah, Mayans are still a great 1v1 so. Closest we have to Scandi, it plays nothing like Scandinavia. Other than the fact that there is water in both on the sides, there's like no other commonality. Alright. Plenty of hunt. Is there more hunt than normal? Maybe.
Namaste.
Yeah, I guess there's a little bit more hunt than normal. But vitality, I mean, that's what the betting odds would be, but they looked extremely unimpressive in their set versus tag, and then they face LY next. So they could easily start 0-2. Anyway, it's gonna be wagoning time. How are the Castle Ages going to look over here? ACCM not too far away from clicking up. Antagonist does feel pretty far away. Classic Pro's pretty close to clicking up. Nikov a little bit further away himself. I don't know. This still feels like it's perfectly fine for Wonders. That is a big fleet here from Red. But I don't think you're going to be able to do anything too decisive, and it's only 4 fishing ships here. Meanwhile, we have a rocket cart on the way as well. No archer civs? Well, they've got Bohemians, which are a ranged support civ. But yeah, Antagonist not doing a whole heck of a lot right now. 11 villagers behind ACCM. Oh my goodness, that is going to be a disaster. It could even be a sudden disaster. Second TC here for Sebastian. He is growing his economy. And this is looking pretty rough here for Sauls. "12 fishing ships in total versus 4. Wait, what? Yeah, I think Red had too many fire ships for the amount of hulks there. Scout's still looking to apply pressure over here. Gonna be going after Nikov. Looks like ACCM's gonna try and switch into double stable knight. Ships are gonna try and intercept reinforcements. Oh, that rocket cart's not gonna be taking any smack from the Hussite wagon. But I guess there is no Vil here with which to repair. Candace versus... What on earth is that? Big ol' stone walls here from Nikov. He realizes how exposed he is. But he's doing well here on the water. That said, Red is up to Castle Age, and so is Antagonist. So that will leave Nikov as the last one in the Feudal Age. That said, Dark is really going to fall behind in eco relative to Sebastian. And Nikov is at least going to be fully stonewalled, and he's on his way up now as well. And I have no idea what any of that is. I am not hip and happening with the kids, I guess. Anyway, Castle Age warships are upgrades are coming in now here from Classic Pro. He's going to need to do that to at least help with one of the navies, because the issue is that Nikov is sailing over to Blue, and ACCM is just adding in 2 TCs. He's still on his 8 fishing ships, and it feels like ACCM could just be getting huge in the eco department in the near future. Stonewall's coming in over here as well. Warwagon is being a bit annoying. Wonder's still with an almost 20 eco unit advantage. That said, those docks are really going to have a bad time against all those fire ships. Here at I mean, I heard about it, but I don't follow any of those people. I find that's just all engagement bait online. And there is no such thing as good faith argument or debate. At least not in that sphere. Anyway, third TC coming in, so at the very least, both of the flanks here for Sols are going to get their booms going. Nobody will likely be as close to ACCM, though, and even Sebastian, on the 2 TC so quickly, is doing alright. Without any fishing ships. Nikov as well, but Red here on the water, doing work. Now he's adding in plenty more fishing ships. And Mayans do have a decent fish boom here with the longer-lasting fish. Antagonist is happily working off of 3 TCs and 3 fortified churches, giving him very good coverage of his eco. It looked a little weird at first for Sols, but it feels like they're working where they need to. Anyway, this is the issue. Bohemians are better than Koreans here, this sort of thing. 2 war wagons converted. The knights are out here from ACCM. This navy needs to come in and make something happen to destroy this navy quickly, otherwise Wonders will continue to power ahead. Well, I mean, the Bohemian wagons feel like barely an investment while you still get your eco going, whereas the Korean wagons feel like you kind of need to make some... Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you're saying, you need to make something happen with them. Gonna be going up to 4 TCs now is Sebastian. Go get him, the Komodo Dragon. Go get him. Handcard even coming in here for blue. I mean, Persian eco is just take it off. And he still has his fishing ships working. That's it. Salz is going to continue smoking out the navies. Dark is on 2 TCs, but he's gonna still fall behind, I worry. A random Hussite wagon over here, why not? Chain Barding armor coming in. Got 10 knights and 7 scouts here for the Georgians player Antagonist. Oh. Wait. Scotty! You gotta know! Scotty's gotta know, man! Cute move here from Nikov trying to scooch back around. Okay, this is not actually something interesting. Still, the Vil gap remains pretty constant. It's not like the Mayan Navy is going to be very good in the long run, though. More eco upgrades here for Nikov. Oh man, so exciting. Okay, so is able to see the Navy there. That said, there is no real long-term Navy left at all for Wonders. That's a lot of Persian knights, though, and Persians getting to Savars, and they have access to camels. That's going to be tough for Georgians. I mean, as a pure cav civ, Persians are certainly better. Georgians are going to be able to thrive if they can add in the towers, and add in, like, Halb or Siege, but, again, in terms of just booming and making cavalry, Persians are going to have a big advantage, including ACCM's 15 Vil lead. Castle number 1 coming in for Classic Pro, so he could be switching over into some Plumed Archers. He already had to get Bodkin anyway. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. Imp is on the way here for Red. That could be something, because, again, it's just the numbers, Mason. Not looking good here for Sols in the eco department. Bastion's eco is continuing to get huge. Catapult ships could maybe kill the castle. They could. They're not very good at it, but I guess it's better than nothing. And water control is nice. It means getting trade is going to be tricky. This is very annoying from Nikov, though. Yeah, Savar are awesome. No arguments from me there. Okay, so Classic Pro is going to be going for his own Eagle Warrior play. The difference is that you're going to have a very well-boomed Persian player getting to Savars, and they're going to do very well versus Eagles. Like, the War Wagon support's going to be more or less meaningless against ACCM in the very near future. Does a War Wagon win versus a Hussite Wagon? It's a very slow fight. They're kind of different units, though. You don't really make a big blob of Hussite wagons, whereas you want to do that with War Wagons. War Wagons, you also spend a lot of resources upgrading, whereas you don't do that with Hussite wagons either. We all lose? Yes, we lose because it's an incredibly slow and boring fight. Looks like ACCM also looking to expand his naval control again. I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but I don't see how Sauls do anything here. I think that their ecos are just not going to be competitive. Now it's a 50 villager difference. Nikov's going Ellie Archers, which are a pretty silly strong unit. Well... Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Savara's incoming. Yellow and purple are both on the way up to Imp. That will leave, actually, no, they are the last ones. Yeah, it's still not going to matter all that much. The Savars, or soon-to-be Savars, are coming on in. Yeah, those ships aren't doing a whole lot. I don't really see antagonists getting to anything super strong. Yellow gonna try and mix in some Fire Lancers. That doesn't feel as good as it needs to. Yeah, Jordan Cavalier are not it. He's trying to mix in monks as well. But again, Georgians need to be spamming like towers and stuff all over the place and slowing the game down, but it's like slowing the game down into what? Like, this is not close at all. Savara is 20 seconds away. They're about to be fully upgraded. Elite Manaspa are coming in. Maybe there's a world where Manaspa trade efficiently versus Savars, but they're not going to trade Pop efficiently. And all of the support that's going to be thrown in via Elephant Archers, etc., is going to be pretty tough to overcome. Yeah, it looks like the last Eagle Warrior has been cleaned up. Eco numbers are just not there. I mean, just look at the eco difference. All of the players here on Sauls have worse ecos than all of the players on Wonders. And unfortunately for Sauls, they will likely be the first sweep of the tournament, which is really unfortunate because they gave us several very good games. But this game, they just felt out-muscled. Yeah, the Manaspas aren't even fully upgraded. Fire Lancers. Oh yeah, Heavy Camel is 360 food and, or 360 gold, yeah, 325 food.
Namaste.
The nice hoofs are coming in as well. This game is over. There is no practical advantage right now here for the Saul's team. Okay, the watchtower is kind of weird. You want to go bombard towers as Bohemians. Like, what are Mayans gonna accomplish here? Elephant archers continuing to trundle on forward. Oh, Hulkins is only just now coming in as well, and he still doesn't have help. Just the resources. You need more resources. Now the siege is sieging on up. That's a lot of gunpowder. It's a lot of gunpowder. And it's not like the guys on Wonders are going to get raided anytime soon. Zavar's coming in. They are going to do some raiding. Also, this team gets caravanserized thanks to Persians, so that's going to be even more of an advantage in the long run. This it's just not close at all. Heaps are missing a ton of upgrades. Gunpowder's pretty good against elephants. I mean, it depends. Oh my goodness, was that a big Hofnitsa shot? I think it was. Guys, remember when Persian paladins were basically just generic? I remember. This fight is not especially close. Oh, I do too. It just feels like Persians have so many strengths right now. Monks trying to do their monkey thing. No illumination for Georgians, though. There's too good? Oh, I remember that. Anyway, it's not the worst fight ever for Sauls, but they're really running out of units, and they're running out of units fast. More hand cannons coming in. Now we've got keeps too. Why not? Why ever not? Yeah, it's just when they had +5 versus archers, they 2-shot arbs. Now they 3-shot them. Are Manaspa cost-efficient versus Savars? I feel like the answer to that is no, but maybe I'm wrong. Guys, why does this game still feel like it's going absolutely nowhere for Sauls? Do you trade? Yeah, I guess it's just a matter of numbers. I mean, also you have ACCM supported by Sebastian and Mikov. Yeah, the Hofnitsa are not getting stopped. You needed like a ton of Georgian or Korean towers to effectively ward against this, and that's not happening. Halb still isn't in. You are missing frontier guards as Nikov. Oh, well, it's coming in right now. So this is actually the best fight you could ask for. This is the best fight you could ask for against Wonders. Missing a range component? Well, I mean, Koreans or Mayans would want to do that in general, but they're trying to stop the Savars and elephants. Oh, at least most of the elephants will escape. Arrow slits coming in. More Ellie archers are on the way. Even the mighty Kobukson will struggle. Ming want our armor? Why not? They are basically the same thing. Just for different cavalry mounted units. Manaspa versus Savar? Yeah. Citadel's coming in too. Again, all these towers are getting set up. It's the efficiency advantage is just absurd. Is littering the middle of the map here. Also, Nikov is pushing back on water. And much cheaper. Oh, yeah, that's because Wei are a silly civ. Yeah, Frontier Guards is super expensive. Yep. It affects more units. It sure does. And it's attached to a civ with a better economy. Anyway, Wonders do get the sweep there. That game was very one-sided, but all of the other ones were super competitive and fun. So, still have to give Wonders a lot of credit for this series. Great games in there, it just was not quite enough. It was a great series for being a 4-0, for sure. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for me today. I'm pretty tired. Need to get some rest. But I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'll be interested to see that LY versus Vitality set. Should be interesting. Thanks, guys.